welcome today, everybody. Thank you for coming today. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Steve and Karen's wedding. I'd like to thank Steve's mum and dad. Annie and Heather for a wonderful son-in-law. Welcome on board to the new family, Steve. I know you will be a good husband to Karen and a wonderful father to Eva Rose and Amelia, as you already are, maybe many more. But you will have to go and stay with your dad because there's no room in Jim and Marion's mansion. Karen, you know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best days of me and Marion's life was the day Karen was born on the 2nd of 1986. She's been a great daughter. This was proven when the school phoned and wanted to speak to me and Marion. She was in primary student at the time, and Karen was awarded Exemplary Pupil of the Year for her kindness and staff to the pupils. We were so proud of Karen. What a girl, well done. Oh, wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, a girl said to me not so long ago, "Are you Karen's dad?" I said, "Yes." "You know Karen?" "Yes," she said. "I was in her class at school, in St Columbus High School." "Okay," I said. The girl said, "I was in your house and in Karen's room, swallowing the bevy." Before our school dance. What a lovely daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please raise your glasses to the new Mr. and Mrs. Steve Karen Burgoyne.
First off, I was hoping to be after the best man speech so I could get my own back on him, but unfortunately it's not panned out that way. But I stand up today in front of all yous, not just a humble and a very happy person and a man, to have my best friend, my soulmate and the person I care most about in the world, as well as my daughters, but now my beautiful wife. I love so much. It was only a few years ago me and Karen first met. You all heard about it in the wedding reception earlier on. We met on the banks of Buchanan Street in Glasgow, and we set out on this maiden voyage of a drunken spiel that went on from bar to bar, and quite proudly managed to get kicked out of every single bar on the way there. I managed to, oh hey baby girl, didn't even see that. On that night I managed to fall asleep on her at the bar, and I also managed to go away to a bank machine to collect some money and come back with a black eye. And still I managed to bag myself a second date with this beautiful lady. So we must have done something right. But Karen, it's butter, you can eat it if you want, it's not going to be nice. Try it. Give it your best. You eat it.
It's butter. No, it's not. No,
I'm not joking.
Like Grand's got some
Lessons
Brioche
learned.
biscuit.
Rule number 1, don't let your kids eat anything. No, but I love this woman with all my heart. She is my best friend. Yeah. My job isn't easy, especially for the family. And Karen always puts that first, which is just the best thing in the world. We're based together up in Edinburgh, and we got told to move down south, and we got given like 1 week's notice to move, and the army said move. And at the time Karen was pregnant, we had a kid that was under the age of 1 year old, and Karen's first reaction was, yes, I'm moving with you. I didn't even need to ask her, she was like, yeah. She had to say goodbye to her best friends, she had to say goodbye to her family, but she just put myself and the kids in front of her before even worrying about herself. That's what I love about her most. But yeah, that's my life, you know. I love her so much, But I don't think me and Karen would be here today without the help of our parents, to be fair. Especially Jim and Marion. Many times me and Karen used to come home in a drunken state, in an absolute drunken rabble, arguing about something completely pointless. And Karen would go to her bed, and I'd go to my bed, which was David's bed. Not that David was in his bed, David was living away somewhere else, but aye, so, but default, Marion would always have my side without even hearing the story first, and she'd always bust through to Karen's room and say, you need to go through and apologise to that boy right now because he's in that room crying. I'll let you know right now, I wasn't crying, I was just, I was fast asleep, But Karen would always come through, and they'd always sort our differences out before we went to sleep, and that was the big thing that we wanted to put out to the rest of you, is like, you and your loved ones, you should never go to sleep on an argument. You should always tell each other that you love each other and fix your differences before going to bed, because there's nothing worse than waking up with a stinking hangover and realising that you've still got an argument to face when you wake up. But true, isn't it? It's true. But my mum and dad as well, Heather and Arnie, they're always there on the end of our phone. I know we live, it feels like a lifetime away, we're always the other end of the country, but it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, I can always pick up a phone and I can always be reassured that they're on the other end of the line, just to reassure me and give me some support, no matter what time of day, so I'll always go for that, for support. So, round of applause to the parents. But there's a couple of people in the room that I need to thank, and there's my big sister Amy. Where is she? If it wasn't for her who set me up many years ago with Karen, I was lying underneath an armoured truck in Germany doing some bits and bobs, pretending to do some work, and like putting a spanner against a nut and falling asleep, and then someone shouted at you like, "Ah, yeah, I'm doing work." I got a phone call from my sister, so I went out the back and I was chatting to her on the phone, and she was telling me about how this gorgeous girl that just came into her work called Firewater, and she just got back from touring was it the East Coast or West Coast? West Coast of Australia, and this girl was like full of life, that she loved a party, and they would be suited together as a couple, and so I took my sister's advice. I went on social media, I went on Facebooked her, sent her a wee message, and a couple
Swept me off my feet.
I get swept off my feet, and a couple of months later me and Karen went out on our first date, which I spoke to about earlier on, and that's where I went from there, so thanks to my big sister. And if it wasn't for her there's also another person in the room that never gets enough applause. It's Karen's brother Dave. When I spent many times with my job going abroad and doing things I need to do, my girls always needed a father figure, and this man stood in every time without being asked, and was always there by Karen's side to be the dad for my daughters. And I never had to ask him or depend on him or anything. He just stood in and just did it without asking. And that's what I think for the rest of tonight. If anyone meets him at the bar, you need to buy him a beer for that. To finish it all off, a wedding would be pretty strange if we all sat at this top table in front of nobody, in an empty room, just sitting chatting to nobody. So I think you should all have a big massive round of applause to yourselves, because a wedding would be a wedding without all you beautiful people you had to celebrate it with. If you could all raise your glasses to my beautiful wife,
Not so beautiful now.
Karen Burgoyne, a member of the clan forever. Thank you. Love you. Have a great day, a great evening.
I first met him when we were about 18 years old, although I'm a little bit older than you. And I first moved into my flat. The first time I properly met Stephen, he came round to my flat for a party, which kind of set the tone for the first few years of our friendship and relationship. As it happens, when everybody went home, Stephen was still there, and we ended up sitting and watching SpongeBob SquarePants for a whole day. It was quite good. This is just going to be a sort of snippet and rundown of little short stories. There's quite a lot of them, so I could talk for a while, but I'm not going to do that. They're quite good. They kind of characterise Stephen and who he is, that we all know. And if you don't know him, you will by the end of this, because he'll probably be friends with you, standing at the bar, no doubt. So from there, basically Stephen's everyone's friend. He's someone that if you go out and about with him and you leave him for 2 minutes and turn your back on him, you'll literally have a whole bunch of new friends under his arms, and you will be quite happily tell you, these are my new best mates, they're going to come with us. So much so to the point that he went away on a mission one time to go and get booze, and he was away for about 4 hours, and we tried to phone him and he didn't answer his phone. But when he came back, he was really proud to show us that not only did he not buy enough booze because he got sidetracked, but he got sidetracked by finding a cat, and he literally sat and played with the cat for 2 hours and recorded it on his phone. So he likes making friends. Stephen's also a really good storyteller. Even from a really young age, he's been telling people stories, pretty much blowing out the back end of his body. But it's good because it's entertaining. So a couple of them.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
No, actually not. Good stories begin basically from elaborating. So Stephen, when he was younger, he once told the teacher and his schoolmates that he had a flagpole in his back garden, apparently. So obviously when they went in for parents' evening, the teacher was like, "It sounds pretty interesting where you live. Like it's quite, you know, a small part of there. It's quite, you know, everybody knows everybody. I never noticed a flagpole in your back garden." Well, you don't have one, that's why. But still. Another one was the Scouts hut as well. And he thought it'd be great to tell everybody in the Scouts hut that his dad was in jail.
Bad man, Arnie.
Oh, Arnie,
What was that? How long was that for?
I'm not going to dive into that mate comment. keep it PC. But he does like to tell stories. Not only that, the amount of times that I've been out of town with Stephen before, and we've been again out in the lash in clubs and pubs. The Buff Club was quite a good one, and I would quite often come across Stephen, and he would be talking to a lady. This was prior to yourselves met. And Stephen likes to, it's not that, he just likes to talk rubbish, to be honest. One time he claimed that he was a lawyer while talking to a law student. Because obviously he introduced himself, yeah, I'm a lawyer, definitely, I'm a solicitor, I deal in criminal law. She's like, oh excellent, I'm a law student. What can you tell me about it? To which he couldn't respond with anything. What else? And you've had a couple. Oh, the other one, great one. So myself, Stephen was there, and a guy, Adam Chapman, and we're in the Buff Club again, and again he's like talking to a crowd outside, having a cigarette, making friends as he does. And he comes round and chirps up, "We're dolphin trainers." Right? And this crowd were obviously like, "What do you mean you're dolphin trainers?" Like, no, seriously, what we do is we race dolphins. So we train dolphins up to race them. And he points to Adam Chapman and he goes, "This man here, he shaves the dolphins. This man here, he's the one that makes sure he keeps fit, and then he oversees and makes sure that obviously everything goes to plan." So on that evening we were all dolphin trainers, and he managed to convince this group that dolphins had micro hairs on them that had to be shaved to reduce the friction when you're racing them. No. Again with Stephen, every day's an adventure. His positive outlook in life is really quite, it's absolutely admirable. Like I've never seen Stephen angry, apart from that one time that he wanted to fight my wardrobe and then kicked the foot of my bed off my bed because Ross had to wrestle him onto the bed. Remember that? And had the top off. It's the only time I've seen Stephen, and even then it's just like you kind of shepherd him. But most of the time, he has, well, all the time actually, he's larger than life, big bold character, big heart of gold. Another thing that Steve likes to do is dress up. Any given opportunity, Steve likes to dress up. And the key point in that phrase there is dress. So when Steve was younger, he really liked a dress that Amy had. It was a skirt, I lie, sorry, I do lie, it was part of the dress, it was a skirt, and it was a pink frilly skirt, and you really wanted to wear it, but of course Amy has it on. So Heather stepped, but that was what he came to though, that was it, this was the mitigation factor. So Heather pulls out a polka dot swimming costume and gives it to Steve, much to his happy delight. It's not a lie at all, this is not a lie, this is the truth, mate. Absolutely. You tell the stories, I just recite them. Another time was we were having a fun time partying, and we decided to dress up with odds and ends that we had. So Steve finds this like pair of shorts that were far too small and far too tight, and a pair of rainbow suspenders, a coat hanger, and a little orangutan monkey stuffed toy. I was wearing the dress that night, to be honest.
You were dressed the exact same.
I was in the hippie long stockings with the white dress and the white mad nonsense frilly.
We were nicknamed the Czechoslovakian Choco Brothers.
Choco Brothers. we went to the shop to go and buy some drinks, and the guys in the shops actually laughed that much that they took out their phones and started video cameras and let us go behind the counter and serve our mates from behind the counter who were dressed up. I'd like to see that video, I wonder if it's still around. Now, Steve's also quite accident prone. He's incredibly clumsy. As they used to say to him in rugby, he's got hands for feet and feet for hands. And that is really true. I've never seen somebody who's more ungainly than Steve. And if you ever see his feet, he's got like 4 normal sized toes and then his pinky toes are literally like micro toes. So I think that affects his balance. Anyway, we were at in the park one year, when I was Rottnest, and it was the first day, and I'd set up this big lounge deck chair that I'd taken with me, and it lasted no longer than about 3 minutes until Steve managed to speed himself through it and literally get stuck in the chair. It folded up on him and he couldn't get back out of it. So to wrap it up, I've got a couple of things I've lost it in a minute. So basically, the key characteristics of Steve that I really admire, absolutely admire, and it's quite humbling when you've got a friend that is so positive and such a joy to be around. He's larger than life, absolutely. It's always the first thing that I think about Steve, that not only is he big, he literally is just a big presence. He's such a lovely, large character. His honour integrity is absolutely impeccable. You can't fault him at all. He will always be a man to his word. Again, it might take him a few hours because he'll pick up people along the way, but he will absolutely do what he says he will do. And he will always help others first. Again, he's good nature. Without a shadow of a doubt, he will always put himself before, help others before he'll help himself. And then last but not least, he is a big jolly giant. So Stephen, let's all have a wee drink and raise a glass to the wonderful Stephen Burgoyne. Steve. And that's all, folks. Thank you.